We just finished inputting the first 11 bars of the left hand for our little sonatina in the last couple videos. Now let's fill in the right hand as well. If you take a look at the start of the piece on your hard copy, you see a series of short, well-defined phrases in the intro theme here. Then there's a nice swooping phrase here to start the main theme, punctuated by some staccatos, then ending in a trill. Then a transitional theme starts here, rising in pitch, and then leading to a development in triplets. The one outstanding characteristic here is the slurs. They're everywhere. Let's input those notes now, and pick up some tips about slur input along the way. First, another tip about dropping into the input chain. I've been grabbing a note value from the keypad, then clicking to start. But here's a shortcut if the first note of the bar is a quarter note. Just select the bar, then play or type in a pitch like this D. Since the next 9 notes are quarter notes, I'll just play them in now with my MIDI keyboard. Now a descending row of eighths. Then back to quarter notes. Okay, that's enough for the moment. Hit escape twice, then let's review slur input a little bit. The first and easiest way is to click a note and type S. If the slur has to be longer, then spacebar until you get it where it needs to go. Here's another bar to practice on. S, spacebar. Now, in our third bar, the whole bar from beginning to end has a slur. Even easier, select the bar by clicking on it, then type S. Okay, but you can't just do that on this next bar because it ends on a rest. If I type an S, see what happens? The slur connects to the rest. I can fix it, though, by typing Shift plus spacebar. There, all done. Well, that's all fine, but you can also enter slurs during note input. Let's try that on this next arcing phrase here. Select the next bar, click the half note value on the keypad, and input a D on your MIDI keys. Now type an S, and you get what is called a sticky slur, with the right end just reaching out over the empty part of the staff, waiting to be attached to the next note. Let's not keep it waiting. Here's an F sharp, then an A. Then click the tie button on the keypad, and we also need an eighth note value, then another A, then 16ths. Then this little descending run to finish the bar. That's also the last note of our slur, so type Shift S to stop the sticky slur. Say that 6 times fast. So type the Shift S to stop the sticky. Okay, now select an eighth value on the keypad and enter a D. We can see that the sticky slur stopped. Well, we need another one, so type S again. And the next note is going to be staccato, so select that as well. Then type a C. Now we have a slur ending in a staccato. Type Shift S to end the slur, then click a quarter note value on the keypad, but leave the staccato button on. C, D, E to finish the bar, then turn off the staccatos. That bar is done. Now get ready for some fancy input. Play an F to start the next bar. Now type the letter L to open up the lines menu. You get a big window with dozens of different lines to choose from, like pedal marks, glissandos, ottava lines, but we just want this ordinary little trill in the common category. That gives us a trill over the F. Next, select the second page from the keypad by clicking the More Notes tab. We're still in input mode, remember? Select the grace note on the right, with the slash through the stem. Now play in an E and an F for a little turn at the end, and then deselect the grace note button. All that's left to do is to go back to the first page of the keypad and make sure that the quarter value is selected and play an E. Great, let's escape out of input mode. You may notice that I didn't enter sticky slurs during grace note input. That's because sticky slurs don't quite properly behave correctly with grace notes. Instead, let's add them now. Click on the first grace note, then type S, then spacebar. But I'd prefer my slur to be on the bottom to be clearer to the pianist. To change the orientation, just type X. That simple command also flips stems on notes and moves articulations from the note head to the end of the stem. Just a little more right-hand input now. Eighth value on the keypad, play A, then S to start a slur, then up a seventh to G, then Shift-S to stop the slur. Now, quarter value, G again, a tie, and S for a slur. Eighth value, play G, 16th value, then a run down to A. Shift-S to stop the slur. Kind of involved, really. Let's duplicate this bar in Spot Edit. Select, type R, then up arrow to move the duplicate up. Now click an empty space to deselect, then click on the first note and down arrow. Let's drop in on Input node now with a click on this E, then type or play an E. Here's the input mode caret ready to roll. D sharp, E, F sharp. We just respelled the notes, so this bar is done, faster than it took to input the last one. Let's stop there and take on the next hurdle in our training in the next video, inputting triplets.